Welcome to Life of the Brand, everybody. I'm Eric Mayhall.
I'm Dana Zell.
And today we're going to be talking about Apple becoming the first U.S. company to hit $1 trillion in value on the stock market, while a global company in China, PetroChina, actually did break the $1 trillion mark back in 2007. It quickly fell and is now only worth about $205 billion. So Apple's achievement is a pretty big deal.
Long way from Steve Jobs' garage.
Absolutely. So we're going to go over kind of some of the reasons why, and how they were able to hit this milestone, because it is kind of impressive, honestly.
Their closest competitors, Amazon, Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google, Microsoft, they're around $800 billion right now, so they're teetering close to that range, but Apple has just pushed beyond what their competitors are doing right now.
Exactly. It's almost unbelievable how they've been able to kind of overcome a lot of hurdles. We've seen a lot of tech companies in recent months who were on mark to make that $1 trillion mark. Like Facebook was growing rapidly, but they got hit with a pretty major scandal. You might have heard about it. And they have dropped now to about $5 billion in market share, which is nothing to be totally upset about, but still a long ways off compared to the top earners in this industry. And so there are a few things that we can definitely highlight on how Apple really broke this barrier.
They've really developed an ecosystem. Like, their company's become an ecosystem for people. I mean, they get their service, iTunes, App Store, product, headphones, phone, and it's all computer. It's all fully integrated. And it's created an ecosystem, which was Steve Jobs' dream, really, was this kind of ecosystem of a company where everything is Apple-related, connected into your life. So.
And it's interesting because after, Steve Jobs he consolidated the product line of Apple down to just a few core products, as the iPhone, the MacBook, and, a few other things. And when he passed away, everybody was really worried that, there goes Apple. But Cook kind of stepped in as the CEO and changed things up a little bit. He started to offer a lot more products, such as speakers, the Apple Watch, even streaming services like Apple Music, which has helped them push on. You also brought up the App Store, which when they released the iPhone, they were the only digital retailer that had any sort of application-based technology, and they really created that culture. Now, one of the things that I want to bring up is the dongle. One of these. And it's kind of unbelievable that Apple continually comes out with new products that seem to make zero sense, but their customer base continues to buy them without question. How do you think that's possible?
It's the ecosystem, and it's become so convenient, I think, and it's tied into every aspect of their life, from their Apple Watch to their phone, to their computer. Everything's on the cloud, all of their photos, all of their videos. It's just one thing or another. And then I think Tim Cook's done a really good job. I think it's hard to step in the place of the founder of the company, and I think he's really carved out his own legacy.
Absolutely.
Just dongles and all, he's carved out his own legacy. So.
Yeah, and now looking forward, a lot of people are questioning, is this going to be continued growth, or is this going to be like a .com kind of bubble bust? But honestly, it hasn't been very sporadic gains. They've been steadily improving on fundamentals of, the tech industry, and by all accounts, people are going to think that this is going to continue to raise. The stock is at 205 or so right now, and even the highest valuations, the most bullish people are saying that it could go up to 275. So definitely a lot more growth left for Apple, that's for sure.
Yeah, and when they came in, they kind of ushered out, I'd say, like the BlackBerry era of phones, and they were the smartphone innovator. They were I would say, I'm not for sure, they may not be the first one to come out with a smartphone, but
yeah.
Were they?
They were the first one to come out with the revolutionized, touchpad with a built-in music player. They took a bunch of different devices and compacted them into one. So while smartphones technically existed, nothing existed like the iPhone before it was released.
They've been on this wave for a while, and they've been learning along this wave. They've been riding this wave, and this wave's got them to $1 trillion.
$1 trillion. Not just a billion, 1 trillion. So, hopefully we're going to see some new things. It seems like Apple is starting to shorten the time that iPhones are available, as they have announced that they are going to stop production on the iPhone X. So, seems like the trend is going to be release more expensive models of the iPhone more frequently and cutting off production of old models sooner.
And that's because Tim Cook has really done a good job of delegating to his seasoned innovators. Steve Jobs, he was down to the very detail, the button, the functionality, the way it looked, the casing, and he was all involved in those intricate, minute details, and he would want very specific changes. And I think Tim Cook has really done a good job of delegating a lot of this stuff out to his seasoned group. So
exactly. He's relied on his C-suite, and it has brought him massive success. So only time will tell what comes next for Apple. Maybe we'll be talking about Amazon next month when they eventually reach $1 trillion. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll see you next time.
bye.